Good afternoon, good day, good night, good morning, no matter where you are around the world. Hope everybody's doing great. My name is Paul. I am the president of CandleSharks.com. Joining me, you've already heard his voice, is Brian. Brian is a NISSING certified trainer. Today's brief session, what we're going to be doing is doing a preview of our next very exciting upcoming small group coaching session that we're calling Small Group Coaching, Your Trade Review. To give you a little bit of a background of how we got to this point is Brian has been working here with Candle Sharks for multiple years now. And I remember the day clearly. Brian and I were talking and we talked about, wouldn't it be great if we had a small group coaching program where people could benefit from learning from not only Brian and our team, but from each other in an interactive setting. A lot of this kind of coincided with a little thing called COVID, where people were kind of stuck in their homes and they were looking for ways to do well in trading. Rather than just doing it by themselves, we decided to start small group coaching. And we've been doing this, and I know that there's some people here in the room right now that have attended one or more of our prior small group coaching programs. Well, what we've decided to do with this next one is brand new. It's a new version of small group coaching. We're calling it Your Trade Review. And we believe that this is what our students need and want. In addition to that, we've asked for a lot of feedback from our students over the years of not only small group coaching, but our one-on-one coaching program, a lot of our educational programs. And a lot of people are saying, what I really need, what I really want is feedback on trades. Let me show you my trade. How did I do? Did I do well? Could I have done better? How could I improve? What should I be looking at going forward? So we decided to create a program specifically for that, Your Trade Review. We're going to be reviewing your trades. When I say your trades, they're going to be either a live trade or a trade that you did in a demo account. We're going to be looking for reasons why you entered, reasons why you exited, and it could even be for a trade that you're currently still in. So Brian, if you could bring us to the next slide, I want to make sure before we take any steps further, the disclosure, there you go. So as we always say, there are risks involved with trading, but I believe that there's also risks involved with not trading. The buy and hold phenomenon really can be benefited so much more with some active trading and or investing. So with everything, there is a risk. We do have a full disclosure if you'd like to read it at candlesharks.com/disclosure. So Brian, if we can move on to the next slide, what I'd like to do is bring you on now. I'm going to introduce Brian. Brian's going to take us through the actual meat and potatoes, or for Brian, the fish and chips, right across the pond, right, Brian, of the details of our small group coaching, Your Trade Review. He's going to go through what it is, answer any questions that you have, and then I'm going to come back on and talk a little bit more about the detail. So Brian, it's always a great pleasure working with you, and I know our students feel the same way. So Brian, I'm going to mute my mic so that you can do a little talking.
Howdy, everybody. Welcome, and glad you guys could all come. So again, small group coaching, Your Trade Review. I mean, this is the big one here. And again, they're all slightly different. They were all designed and geared to help people who are brand new to trading or still paper trading, as Paul said, to even the experts and the money managers and the fund managers that are just looking for ways to enhance and increase their profits. Again, I'm going to say it's a business. We want money in our pocket. So again, why not have your trades reviewed? Wouldn't that be useful and beneficial to have your trades reviewed to say, well, you made a good entry here, but look where you exited. Look how we could have exited. Now, it doesn't mean you will exit at those points in the future, but again, everybody's going to be learning something from this. We'll look at risk to reward as well to say, well, you entered at a resistance area. Maybe it wasn't the best, the highest probability winning trade. So, we'll help you in any market. Doesn't matter whether you're trading on the Indian market or the Argentinian or Brazilian or Australian markets. We'll bring up a chart, and all you got to do is tell us the ticker and the exchange that you're trading on. And we'll analyze that during each Saturday session. So it is interactive. You'll get a chance to say, yeah, but this is why I entered, and this is what I was doing, this is what I was thinking, and then we can again sort of dissect it and say, okay, good job. And if it didn't work, well, at least you had a stop loss, hopefully. And again, part of that is again helping people make sure that they've got the right stops in place, whether it be a take profit or an absolute stop loss. We've got some people here I know still not putting in stop losses for various reasons, and that's okay, but maybe we can just help tweak that a bit to again limit the losses. So again, all sessions are going to be recorded. They're all going to be put into your Candle Charts Academy library, so they're going to be there for you for years on end to come. So you're always going to have access to it. You can come back and review and say, that's what I did. Why did I do that? Good grief. Again, you can take a look back at it. There's going to be a trade journal template that we will send out, and that will come out shortly. And then, again, why not learn from what other students are doing? We got somebody named Jim. He's not in here tonight, but yeah, he's been trading a lot of different ETFs. In fact, he's been doing the inverse ETFs. As the market's been coming in the down direction, he's been trading the bullish trends on these ETFs, and he's been doing really, really well. So it's kind of exciting, and for various reasons, which we can discuss during the sessions as well. So there are sessions dates. Now, somebody said, "Oh my God, it doesn't start till November 5th." Well, guess what? Some people only trade hourly charts, daily charts. This gives you a couple of weeks here to hopefully find a trade that you would have liked to have taken or you did take, and submit the details to us by November 5th. And again, as long as you submit it before the start of the Saturday session, I should have everything ready and set up, and we'll be able to go through and review it. And again, keep in mind, this is not about reviewing. Right. So here's the triple Qs. Should I take the trade now, Brian? No, this is about a trade that you did take or would have taken or should have taken, and that you made some kind of note, maybe on paper or in your account, that you wanted to take that trade. So we are going to have a clinic bonus on December 10th. So we're running right up towards Christmas time. We'll have a good review. Any other trades that maybe would have happened during from December 3rd up to December 10th. And again, just to help you guys out before Christmas. And again, we want you guys to have a good Christmas. And, we've already had some great success already. Some people have written into us and said, they had one trade and it paid for the whole program, because they were following the instructions and they were doing the homework. And the homework isn't excessive, but it's about observation of the charts and having a good plan. So we're gonna have, you will have private access to a new Facebook group, and of course you'll have access to me if need be. And that's what we're gonna be, as I say, taking your trades, dissecting them, and that's what this coaching program is about. So we've had some amazing feedback. Peter M here, for example, said being able to ask questions and put up trades for critique is invaluable. I highly recommend this training. Yeah, so again, people have already been excited. They've benefited a lot. And I'm going to say, I had an interview with Steve at some point. This is going back quite a few years. He said, well, Brian, how many different trading strategies do you think there are? And I said, well, it must be thousands. And then I said, no, it's got to be 1 million. There's got to be 1 million different ways to trade, just simply because everybody sees things a little bit differently. They're looking for something different. They want something different. Some people are only going to scalp. Some people want the old crock pot method where they get into a trade and they want to let it sit there for, a couple of days, couple of weeks, maybe only a couple of hours, but again, get a little bit slow cook going on their trade where they can make a little bit more money. And that's exciting. One of the big things we're going to focus on is those A+ trades that help you get a higher probability trade and hopefully a higher profitable trade. And you can tweak it any way you like. And that's the exciting thing. Let's take a look, see what Gerard said here. He said, I like Brian's instruction and his humor. I didn't know I had that much humor, but that's good. Thanks, Gerard. And his analysis of different markets and time frames. So again, it doesn't matter your time frame. So when you write in and tell us about what trade you took, tell us, why did you enter on, was it on the 5-minute chart, the 1-minute chart, the 400 tick chart? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're in the futures, the cryptos, the Forex, or just an options trade. Again, we'll take a look at that. And again, Gerard says it helped him become a stronger and more effective trader. And again, isn't that what we all want to be? Stronger and effective, easily. Make your trading easy. And that was sort of the big focus of the last group that we've just finished up with. making your trades easy, getting into the trades that just sort of seem to be set up and rolling in the right direction straight away. So Gerard says he also likes seeing other participants trade so that he can see their strategies and see if it would make a similar trade, to see if he would make a similar trade or even create another strategy that he could use in the future. So I think, that's some pretty good stuff that, we want to see people register here. Just click on that button, get in and register, sign up, because, again, it's going to be invaluable. It's going to be fun. It's held on a Saturday. Some people can't make the Saturday, but, again, you've still got the opportunity to submit your trades that you did take, and we're going to review it. And we'll have a discussion. We'll have open mic with people who are in attendance. And again, as I say, the recording will be put up. If you've got extra comments, you can put those in the Facebook group or email me directly, and we'll make sure we get that answered as well. Let's see, if you check out the chat box, actually, there is the link, and it's candlecharts.com/special/SGC trade review. So again, check the chat box if that makes sense. Not just the question box, there's also a chat box, and there's a direct link there. So again, just click on that and then you can sign up quickly, make your life easy. And we've got an affordable pricing for you to get you right up to the Christmas season so that you can start making money, hopefully easier and quicker for the Christmas season and in the new year. Because again, the new year, I think, going to be another exciting turn in the new year. But again, we're going to have to be patient. We're going to have to look at the signals and the candle charts, aren't we? The candle patterns, where are they happening? Why are they happening? What does it all mean? So yeah, if you've got any questions, again, feel free to type those into the question box. And if Paul's there,
I am.
Yeah. What do you think, Paul? How's that sound? I think we've covered most everything.
Sounds great to me. I want to go over a couple little things to make sure everybody understands. First, as you can see, there's a countdown timer on the page, currently at 1 day and 7 hours and change. And if you're watching this on the recording, obviously it'll be at a lower time when you're looking at the page. That is the countdown until the early bird pricing is over. As you can see there in that register here box, we have early bird pricing. If you go to that button and you want to submit now, you have just the next until that countdown timer hits 0 until that pricing goes up. I can tell you right now that one trade, even if it's not one of your own trades, will pay for this program itself. It absolutely will. I've gotten feedback from all the students that have attended these in the past. I want to go over a couple little details. First, if you have a question or a comment or anything, and I know we have a couple people here in the room right now from prior small group coaching programs that took advantage of the Facebook group, and they posted trades that they made, or they asked questions, or they got feedback from others, and they took advantage of that, and they did well because of it. So you get the Facebook group that you can go into at any time. All of the students that have already signed up, as well as all the people that will be signing up for the program, will have full access to that Facebook group. Next, to do your trade review, we're actually giving you a really easy form to fill out. So when you sign up, you're going to have access inside of your account at Candle Charts Academy. And there's a big button right there that says click here to submit your trade for the week. So you can submit it, and it just literally, it'll take you about a minute or so to fill out that form. So you don't have to think about it. You don't have to put a lot of thought into what you need to put into the information. We give you that template. So you fill out that template and you send it in to us. Next, the recordings. I know that things happen in life and there will be an event or whatever. You can't be there on a specific Saturday, or it's too early, or it's too late, depending on where you are in the world. The recordings of these sessions are invaluable, even if you are attending it live, to be able to go back in and just get that one little nuance, that one little difference in how you can benefit from your next trade. And I talk to Brian about this all the time, and I know some of you have already heard me talk about how invaluable I think coaching is in getting feedback. And the analogy I talked about the other day, and I know some people already heard this, sorry about that, but I like watching what successful people do with their relationship with their coach. And the story that always pops into my head is Steph Curry, who's one of the most popular and unbelievable basketball players of all time. Whether you like him as a player or not, that's irrelevant. The idea here is that he is a shooting coach. Steph Curry has made more three-point shots in the game of basketball than I believe anybody else has in the history of the game of basketball. But still, he has a shooting coach that will give him feedback on every shot. And a lot of times, the coach won't even look at him when he's shooting. They look at what the ball did after it went through the hoop to be able to give feedback so that he can improve his shot to make it consistent. It's not just about doing it once or twice or 5 times. It's about being able to do it again and again and again. Same thing with trading. If you can find a trade that works well for you, all you have to do is repeat it. But you need feedback to make sure that you could do better. No matter how well you did in a trade, you probably could have done better. And I think it was a student in the past group that found a great trade. He did it. And he talked about, man, I wish I had done more. I wish I bought more contracts. And there's always a way to do that. And you think to yourself, well, why didn't I buy more contracts on that trade? And that is the feedback that you will get from Brian. That is the feedback that you'll get from the other people and the other students in the room. So I like coaching. I like watching people get feedback from coaching, whether the trade was great and you want to talk about it, or the trade wasn't great and you really don't want to talk about it. Either way, that feedback will become invaluable. So the early bird pricing ends when that countdown timer hits 0. The price will go up. Okay. We encourage you to go to that link. And Brian, if you're there, if you could just type that in one more time. Sometimes my links don't come out clearly. But if you can type that in, that would be great. Thank you. And what I also encourage you to do, and Brian also, because I know you have control of the screen, if you could scroll down just to show all of the other feedback that we've gotten from students that have been in your programs. Folks, these are actual students who've been in Brian's small group coaching programs, and just some words of what they've been able to accomplish. And I could have added a lot more to this page, but these are some of the ones that we thought would be very valuable for you to read. So I encourage you to join us at the small group coaching November 5th as the first session. Seems so far away, but it's really not. It's only a couple of weeks. And just think about everything that's going to happen in the next few weeks. I could just tell you right here in the United States, with the midterm elections coming up in a few weeks, the markets will be moving. I can absolutely tell you that. Whatever happens in the eastern part of the world with war and everything else will make the markets move. Every time you hear an unemployment number or anything else that will make the market move, as you saw the market move today, as usual, you're going to want to have feedback from a professional coach like Brian, who's been doing this for years, and feedback from students. Now, and this is one of my favorite parts of this, I've been in almost every single session that Brian's given, and I have a notebook and a trade journal that I use for my own trading, and I've written down ideas from students in the room. Thank you, students. And I've made trades from some of their ideas. So you can learn the same way. You'll have access to Brian in the Facebook group. You'll have access to Brian if you had email questions. You could always send those in. And you'll be able to interact with the other students that are all like-minded. They're all looking to get feedback on how they can improve and do well consistently. It's not about one trade, like I said. And if you get upset because of one bad trade, the other analogy I always give, and Brian knows this one as well, is the waves in the ocean. If you miss a wave in the ocean, you have your choice. You can get upset, you can look down, and you can get knocked over by the next wave that comes in, or you can learn from which way that wave was moving, take advantage of it, keep your head up, and find the next opportunity to profit in the market. So as you can see, all of these testimonials from past and current students that have worked with Brian in small group coaching programs, it's been fantastic. The early bird pricing ends right when that countdown timer hits 0. So if there are any questions, I would be more than happy to answer them. I know Brian's still in the room. If you have a question for Brian, just got a quick question, does this work on crypto? Yeah. Just to give everybody, instead of having to, you type in that kind of question, Brian will review any trade. It doesn't matter if you are doing a Bitcoin trade or a stock trade or an option trade or an ETF trade or an index trade or in whatever country you're from. He will analyze that trade. It doesn't matter. Okay. We have students from India, from Australia, from Europe, from Asia, from North and South America. From what we know, we have students in 85 different countries. So yes, it will work. It will work on any time frame. It will work if you traded one share or a million shares. Okay. It'll work if it was in a demo account and you're thinking about doing the trade, or a live trade. Okay. So any market, any time frame, whether you're brand new or you're an experienced trader, this is going to provide you with feedback on how you did in that specific trade, or even if you're still in that trade. Because sometimes people will enter a trade, whether they're going long or short, and they're going to be looking for feedback on where do they enter and possibly what best ways to exit. Okay. If there are any questions, I see a question, how do I get funded? I'm not sure what that means. Brian, do you want to handle that question?
Well, is it because it went on to say without paying them $3,000 or $4,000 or $7,000? Don't know what that really means, Eng.
Okay, so if you're only, okay, the next follow-up part of that was you're only trading gold, that's fine. Like I said, we can analyze each week, or Brian can analyze in each session your gold trade. And again, whether it's in a demo account or a live trading account with actual funded account, either way, we're still going to be able to analyze that trade.
So we'll show you how to minimize the risk of the trade. Maybe check out some different time frames for you if you're open to that. Again, show you where stop losses should be, could be, and how to take maybe the higher probability trade that, again, where you have less fear, if that makes sense. Well, you have to put money into an account before you can trade, Eng. So, you can't trade for free. No one's going to just say, yeah, come and trade our money for you. At least very, very few companies do that. So you're going to have to put money into an account. But yeah, as I say, you can start off with just paper trading and say, yeah, I wanted to enter here. Was that good? Was that bad? And why did the trade maybe work or maybe not work? And those are the things that we will review.
Okay, so the link is in the chat box.
And I put it in the question box as well, Paul,
thank
to
you.
everyone.
Yep, I saw that. Again, the early bird pricing is over soon. And the program will start in the next couple of weeks, which will give you more than enough time to review any material that you would like or not, and just come in and let's talk trading. It's great. I like the idea of doing it on a Saturday when the market is closed. You have time to analyze and review what you've done and prepare for the next time you want to go take a trade. So Brian, I want to thank you so much for joining us here. I know it's getting late over there across the pond for you. And
I'll thank everybody else for joining. That
yes.
was really nice and great to see all these names coming in, and look forward to seeing you really in, November 5th. Right, Paul?
Absolutely.
This is a must-do, and it's going to change your life. It will literally change the way you trade, the way you look at trades. Everything we have, we're going to pile into this, so you're going to want to be here.
Right. Thank you so much, Brian. Thank you, students watching this live, and those of you that are watching this via the recording. We do encourage you to join us and join the Small Group Coaching Your Trade Review program. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody. Good night.